So 90% of my students all tell me, Elliot, if there's one or two things that I wish I had studied when I was in school, when I was learning English, it's always the same two things. Phrasal verbs and more pronunciation. These two things are so important, and today we're going to focus on both of them together. These two things are really important, and here at ETJ English, we're all about learning the things that you wish you'd studied in school. Phrasal verbs, they're almost like another foreign language. Pronunciation plays a really big part in making people understand you and having more of a fluent conversation with someone. I'm a pronunciation teacher, it's my speciality, so that's what we're focusing on also. So what we're going to do today is we're actually going to learn how we can combine learning phrasal verbs with learning connected speech. And that's going to be linking and intrusive sounds. If you don't know what these are, linking is when you join two words together. It will be a consonant at the end of one word, joining a vowel at the beginning of another word. Intrusive sounds, or intrusion, is when a consonant sound appears between two words, one which finishes with a vowel sound and one which begins with a vowel sound. So we're going to learn how to learn phrasal verbs and connect our speech at the same time. And this is a technique I want you to do at home in your free time. Number one, throw out. Now if you look at the word throw phonetically, it actually finishes with a diphthong, O. A diphthong is a combination of two vowel sounds. Now because that diphthong finishes with a round shape, a round vowel shape, O, with the mouth, that means we're always, when we do the round shape, that means we're always going to create a W sound to join to the next vowel. So instead of being throw out, we will do throw out, throw out. And you might also see chuck out. Now this is consonant vowel, which is linking. So the K will move to the beginning of the next word before the vowel, and chuck out will become chuck out, chuck out. When we say it faster, it's always better. Chuck out. And this means to remove something, dispose of something, or even to give something to someone else. For example, if I'm moving house, I need to chuck out some old clothes, or I need to throw out some old clothes. Number two, pass out. Once again, we're linking consonant, vowel, pass out, sout, pass out. And make sure you're getting that R sound correct, pass out. Now some people in the UK will say pass out. They do it in the south of England, in places like Bristol where I live, and especially in the north of England, the R sound can quite often be an A. So it is up to you what you want to do, but if you want the traditional RP English, it will be pass out, pass out. Now to pass out actually means to faint or collapse when we become unconscious. So for example, I didn't drink enough water today, so I passed out. Okay, so we're linking consonant, vowel, link, vowel, vowel, intrusive. Number three, go ahead. Go ahead. So here, once again, go finishes with O, a round shape. Remember, if we're doing a round shape, we then need to create a W to join to the next word, a W consonant. So, go ahead becomes go ahead, go ahead. Now we'll usually say this when we're in a conversation with someone, when we're on the phone with someone. Maybe someone might say to me, Elliot, I would like to explain some important information to you. And I could say, sure, go ahead. And that just means begin, start telling me what you need to tell me. Number four, pack it in. So now we have a three-word phrasal verb, and so this is a great way to practice linking because we have two situations in this three-word phrasal verb that actually will be doing linking. So pack it in, pack it in, pack it in. So the K sound from pack is actually moving to the beginning of it. So pack it. However, the word it also has a vowel after it in the next word. So that T will move to the beginning of in. pack it in. And this just means to stop doing something. This is informal. It's very British. I find it's a very, very British phrasal verb. So imagine I had a child. Thank God I don't have a child yet, but if I did have a child, imagine the child was misbehaving. He or she was being very naughty. I could say, oi, pack it in. And that means stop. Basically, stop being naughty, okay? So it doesn't just have to be for negative things. If we tell someone to pack it in, we're just telling them to stop. Number 5, run into. Again, we're linking N and I, consonant, vowel, link. Run into. Run into. Past tense could be ran into. This phrasal verb can mean a range of things. If I'm running on the street, I could run into a lamppost, which means to collide, run and hit the lamppost. That happens to me a lot. But you could also run into an experience, usually a negative experience. So for example, if someone has made a very bad business deal, they could run into some debt. If you don't know what debt means, it means to basically have your bank balance in minus. Less than 0. Number 6, do up. Once again, we're finishing with a round vowel shape, ooh. When we have the round vowel shape, we create a w, do up. This one is generally informal, so for example, if I had to do up my house or do up my car, this would be an informal way of saying that I'm going to make it better, make it look cooler. For example, add a new engine to my car and put a body kit on it and make it look really fancy. That would mean I'm doing up my car. But in a less informal way, I could do up my shirt, which means to do up the buttons. But that would be very uncomfortable, so I'm gonna keep it undone, which is the opposite. Not do down. That doesn't exist. Undo is the opposite of do up a shirt. Finally, number 7, give out. Give out. So what we're doing is we're using the consonant at the end of give, once again to link to the O at the beginning of the next word. Give out. Now a teacher might say to a class of students, I'm going to give out a worksheet now, which essentially means I'm going to give all of you in the group a copy of this worksheet. So generally this lesson has been about intruding when we're doing it with a round shape, oo, and creating a w, and also with linking. However, there are other situations where we connect our speech. The w sound isn't the only way we do intrusive sounds. We can also do it with the y consonant or even the consonant, r. So now is your opportunity to try and find some phrasal verbs which either have the first word ending with a consonant and the next begins with a vowel, or vowel. And it's really going to help you with number 1, learning the meanings and understanding some new phrasal verbs, and number 2, practicing your connected speech. Don't forget to also practice those vowel and consonant sounds in the words themselves. So I hope you found this useful, and I hope you now have a new idea for practicing your pronunciation. Don't forget, if you need more of this, more techniques to improve your pronunciation, take it to a real native level, head over to etjenglish.com and you can join my pronunciation course, the British Pronunciation Programme. You'll also learn some phrasal verbs and idioms over there too. So, I guess I'll see you next Thursday. I hope you have a lovely week. Take care. Cheers, guys. Bye. And if you really don't like someone and you want them to leave the room or to go away, you could practice your linking and your connected speech by telling them to f*** off.